retaliation by Iran at a time and place of their own choosing. They won't be in a rush. They could attack US bases in Iraq or in the Persian Gulf region. They might close the Straits of Hormuz. They might decide in due course to withdraw from the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty and to remove International Atomic Energy Agency inspectors. They might accelerate their missile attacks on Israel. All these options have costs. None of them are easy. I suspect the most likely is, as after the killing of General Soleimani during President Trump's first administration, attacks on US bases, possibly signaled in advance to minimize casualties.
So, Richard, the response from the Americans so far seems to be that they feel they've applied enough pressure here that they're hoping these will be very quick tactical strikes and there won't be a continuation of any strikes in Iran. What do you make of that theory, and whether we could see, in fact, from Iran's perspective, a negotiating pathway out of this from here?
It's hard to conceive of a negotiating pathway in the short term, because these attacks were designed to obliterate diplomacy, first by Israel and then by the United States. The claim that really we hurt you badly, but really we want to see you prosper, just carries no conviction whatsoever. And indeed, the negotiating rounds conducted by Mr. Witkoff could be seen in Iran as just an elaborate deception, because everybody knows that it takes a long time, whether in Israel or the United States, to prepare this sort of action. So we really are in a period where we're going to have to expect clarity to be delayed. We will probably, I think this is the most likely, be in a period of no peace, no war, in which Iran reserves its position but concentrates in the short term on picking the pieces out of the rubble, re-establishing military chains of command and so on.
So you talk about elaborate deceptions. Isn't the whole sham that Iran isn't trying to get the capability to create a nuclear weapon? Isn't that the greatest elaborate deception? Bearing in mind, and again, I hasten to add, I am no nuclear science expert, but for peaceful production of nuclear facilities for energy, you need less than 10% enriched uranium. Any nation which seeks to enrich uranium to 60% plus cannot have peaceful intentions for that uranium, sir.
Well, that's the propaganda line that's going out now, but that is not the line which the US intelligence community took month after month, with the now famous March National Intelligence Estimate being the one that's most often quoted. Iran has been enriching to higher levels than those needed for a civil nuclear program for a long time, including over the period of those national intelligence estimates. And the reason they were doing so is the context. The trouble is, too much news assumes that everything happens just on day one. But remember that the United States destroyed a nuclear agreement that was working, put on maximum economic pressure through multiple layers of sanctions over and above those that have been in place since 1979. And Iran, rightly or wrongly in my view, perceived upping their enrichment levels as a way of putting pressure to get the United States and other countries back into negotiation.